This video is sponsored in part by Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. It looks like Microsoft and Sony are playing chicken with one another to see which company will announce the prices first so that the other company can place their prices strategically. The rumors have been saying that both the Xbox and the PlayStation are going to be at $500, which kind of does make sense considering what is in these consoles. They are both complete monsters. Now, to get this out of the way, people on my previous video have been commenting and letting me know that Microsoft is coming out with a cheaper console, codenamed Lockhart. I am aware of that, but it is uncertain if that is coming out this year. But even so, Lockhart is obviously not going to be as powerful as the Xbox Series X, which makes sense because it's a more base, stripped down version of the Xbox Series X. So the Lockhart version is going to have less RAM, less RAM speed. It's going to have a lower clock speed, lower storage. So it's going to be pretty much, like the Xbox One S against the Xbox One X. God, man, Xbox, man, come on. Xbox, why are you making these weird, confusing names? So that's the difference between the Lockhart and the Series X, okay? As far as the PlayStation 5 goes, there's going to be two models. There's going to be the all digital, and there's going to be the Blu-ray model. Now, those two models of the PlayStation are going to have identical specs. One is going to be much cheaper than the other one, and the other one's going to be a little bit more expensive. But the only difference between the two is just the optical drive, which is why this price leak is even more interesting than I thought it would be. But before we continue, a quick word from today's sponsor, Manscaped. I actually just got a text message from your girlfriend. Let's go ahead and read it. Hello, Marks Tech. I have a boyfriend that has no idea what Manscaped is. How unfortunate. Can you please make an ad to help him out? Sure. No problem, Stephanie. No problem. Don't you hate it when you're shaving your third leg or your family marbles and all of a sudden, bam, you wake up in the hospital. You're confused. You're a little bit worried and you have no idea how you got there or what year it is. That's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team spent 18 months on your anus perfecting the world's best ball hair trimmer. And it just got better with Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. The Lawnmower 3.0 features skin-safe technology, so this will never snag your third leg or your nutsack. Let's be honest, nobody likes a snagged nut. You can shave anywhere you want. Oh, that's gonna get me into trouble. You can shave anywhere you Come on. You can shave anywhere you want. Your bathroom, the kitchen, the family room, or even the playground. FBI, open up! Now, the coolest thing about this is it has a little light on there, okay? So when Florida gets pounded by hurricanes and we lose power, I can still shave my balls. Or you can use it as a flashlight whenever the lights go out. I'm not gonna judge. Ladies, if you're watching this, Father's Day is right around the corner, so get daddy something nice. If you go to manscaped.com and enter code MarksTech at checkout, you will save 20% instantly as well as free shipping. But just so you know, if you go all out and get the bundle, not only will you get one gift, but you will get 2 free gifts and free shipping and 20% off at checkout. You will get the Manscaped travel bag, which is a $40 value, and the anti-chafing boxer briefs, which I am currently wearing right now, and I can for sure tell you they are in fact anti-chafing. So what are you waiting for? Get Manscaped. Let's go ahead and take a look at the price of the digital PS5, and it may look too good to be true. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. It may look too good to be true, but I'm gonna prove to you guys otherwise. This advertisement came from Target. And as you guys can see here, it is the 2 terabyte digital model, and the pricing, boy, $400. Now this kind of falls in line with what we already thought, right? We thought that the man, I'm so excited I can't even talk. We thought the PS5 was going to be $500, but we didn't know Sony was releasing a digital model. It came out of nowhere. Everyone was surprised that Sony came out with a digital model. And if you consider that most Blu-ray players out there are still between $250 and $300, trust me, I was shocked myself because I did not know Blu-ray players were still that expensive. So if you take that away from the PS5 and you go all digital, well, yeah, it would make sense that the PS5 digital is going to be about $100 less, coming in at $400. Boy. Now remember, the Xbox Lockhart isn't supposed to come out this year, but even if it does, let's say Microsoft saw the Sony announcement and Microsoft was like, yeah, we need to push out Lockhart ASAP. So even if Lockhart does come out this year, this holiday 2020, it is still not going to be as power performing as the digital PS5 because Lockhart wasn't ever meant to have the same specs as the older brother, or as the bigger brother, I should say, the Xbox Series X. So that means that the $400 Sony console is going to be more powerful than the $400 Microsoft console. Sony obviously released the digital PS5 to go up against Lockhart, but instead of lowering the specs like Microsoft did, they are keeping the specs the same. The only difference is just that optical drive, and that's it. That's amazing. And if this is true, and more than likely, that looks to be on point. $400 really does look to be on point for what you're getting. Again, it looks too good to be true, but let me explain why it's not. So as I was saying, let me address something. If you look at the PS5 disc model, that apparently is rumored to have 825 gigs of storage, which is just a very weird number, 825. Look, where'd that come from? Why not a terabyte, Sony? But anyway, it's doing that because it's the disc model, right? So if you're going all digital on the digital model, you're obviously going to need much more storage because, come on, man. How much storage does the PS4 take up whenever you download Call of Duty Warzone? That's like an 80 gigabyte file, probably even more than that. I think it's over 100 gigs actually. So that's already 100 gigs gone. So obviously the all digital PS5 model is going to need a lot. And considering that we already have 1 terabyte PS4 models, it only makes sense that the PS5, which is coming out 4 years after the PS4 Pro, to have 2 terabytes. It just makes sense. I mean, think about it. The PS4 Pro is 4 years old. It has 4-year-old specs in it, and it's still $400. And it only has a terabyte. And technology has moved a lot in those 4 years. So it's not really that crazy to think about that a 4K 60 console or 4K 120, I still don't believe that, by the way, 4K 120 frames. Nah, I don't know. Maybe some indie games. But it's not hard to believe that a console that can do those types of games is going to be $400 because technology has just improved that much over the last 4 years. So it's not really weird to see a successor to the PS4 having good specs and still being at the same price. That's kind of to be expected. Anytime a new iPhone comes out, it's not more expensive than the last one, right? It takes the place of the one that it's replacing. So kind of, I assume it's the same thing here. That's why $400 seems to be pretty much spot on. If the PS5 with its specs came out back when the PS4 Pro came out, yeah, it would be like over $1,000 easily. But in today's time, 4 years later, technology moves pretty quickly. So I can definitely see the PS5 digital being at $400. But I could be wrong. Both Sony and Microsoft can afford to sell the consoles at a loss because they'll just regain that lost money back from subscriptions like PSN and Xbox Live, as well as any other in-game purchases that people make through their store, which they get a cut of. So they're definitely going to be taking a loss from these consoles. The question is, how much of a loss is it going to be? So what do you guys think about this $400 price point? The Xbox Lockhart is also going to be at $400. It's not going to be cheaper than that because you guys are dreaming if you want that to be cheaper than $400. It's just not going to happen. So the Xbox Lockhart is going to be $400. Again, I mean, this will be very awkward if I'm wrong, but that's what I assume. And the PS5 digital is definitely going to be $400, and the PS5 disc is going to be $500, maybe more. But I'm still leaning towards $500. But again, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about it. And also, yeah, if you haven't shaved your balls today yet, I still really do recommend Manscaped. So go ahead and shave your balls. It's fantastic. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Have a good one.